you've ever known led you to this moment.
Hey guys, here we are. It's Friday, May 6th, opening night of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, much like I did with Spider-Man No Way Home and Batman as well. I wanted to just get the camera rolling, start recording, giving you guys my opening night thoughts, my reactions. I'm going to do this with spoilers, so that's what we're here for, guys. Make sure if you guys have not seen the film yet, go check it out. Put this in your watch later. All right, here we go, guys. You've been warned.
Things just got out of hand.
Okay, so Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness had the promise of exploring the multiverse, as the title states. And like Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange is at the head of tampering with the multiverse, things he probably shouldn't be doing. This film explores it differently than No Way Home did. It explores it differently than Loki did. There are some things really exciting about the multiverse and so much potential. But at the same time, I feel like some of it feels like it could just be thrown away almost. And I think that's kind of what I want to start with this video, okay? So let's talk about the Illuminati.
The Illuminati will see you now.
So yeah, I think that there was a lot of hype going into this film once we found out about the Illuminati, wondering who's going to be in those chairs, and the speculation of where they stand in the multiverse or in the universe of the MCU that we're following, and what kind of implications they'll have. But yeah, mainly the characters, right? And once we got that reveal, we already kind of had a feeling about some of these people based on trailers alone, which makes me wonder if they should have shown what they did. But it got us excited hearing Sir Patrick Stewart's voice and then seeing a little bit of the yellow of the chair. So yeah, Charles Xavier is there being played by Patrick Stewart, the legend from all of the Fox X-Men movies, though this is a different version of him. And I think that first and foremost is really exciting, seeing him to be sort of the head of the Illuminati, I guess. We have this variant of Mordo in this universe, and we have Charles Xavier, a Maria Rambeau Captain Marvel, which I think, again, we kind of knew that from the trailers, although obviously it wasn't 100%, but the speculation for sure was that that character who could have been a Tom Cruise Iron Man was, it was Captain Marvel. It was Maria Rambeau. I don't know exactly where they're going with that. I don't know that that is so exciting to me. I do think that Haley Atwell's Peggy Carter being Captain Carter, the first Avenger, as they say, cool. I like that episode a lot from What If. And I actually think that I would love to see more. And then there's also Black Bolt, which was kind of interesting to me because the design looked more comic accurate and better than what we saw in the Inhumans TV show, a show that I've admittedly never seen, and I guess I'm never gonna because I've heard it's not even good. Hey, if you've seen it and you liked it, let me know. Is it something I should check out now? And then, of course, what is possibly the coolest one was John Krasinski's Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. I was really excited to see this actor. It's been this fan cast, and there's been all this talk about Krasinski taking on that role. Possibly we will now see him pop up again in the actual Fantastic Four film that Marvel Studios has in the works. I don't know when that's coming right now. Will it be him? I hope so. I think it would be kind of strange if not, although you never really know. And there's your Illuminati in this world, but the Illuminati could be different characters like Namor or Black Panther or Iron Man, or anyone else, I guess, in another universe. Maybe, just maybe, we'll see our MCU timeline expand and then give us their own version of the Illuminati. But I'm a little disappointed by the fact that it almost felt like it just was thrown away. There was hype going into it. They knew the fans were looking forward to seeing what's going on with this. And then we get there, and then it's cool. Talents pop up. These characters pop up. It's exciting stuff. They don't even get a chance to really shine that much. It feels like they just came in, and then they were just gone. Wanda killed all them. We'll talk about her because that's the main thing of this movie in a way. But yeah, I don't know. I'm a little disappointed by that. It was really exciting seeing them in a way, but I don't know. The lineup could have been anyone. I'm most interested in seeing the X-Men and the Fantastic Four in the MCU, obviously now that Marvel Studios and Disney has the rights to those characters, but we got the introductions with their leaders, but they're dead. And it makes me wonder, could any universe have a Reed Richards and a Charles Xavier? Could we have Black Bolt and some other version of Captain Marvel that could all just get killed by anything? And then in that universe it means something, but what about all the other hundreds of universes? I'm not really sure. I want some more meaning to that. I want to see where they go with the Fantastic Four and the X-Men in particular. We'll have to wait and see on that. But yeah, like I said, Wanda housed all them. And I think that this movie did a fantastic job at following up on WandaVision. It followed up on her story, her grief, the dark arts, and the witchcraft, and the ending of WandaVision. I had a feeling this movie was going to be a very much so a follow-up. And yeah, like, this is a sequel to that as much as it is to everything else MCU, particularly Doctor Strange, and I guess not as much to No Way Home as I thought it was going to be. I think that this film did a very good job just at continuing her and seeing how she's really branched off to a villain, but like a villain with really good intentions. I mean, it's like she can't control a lot of herself either, though. So it's not necessarily all because she decided to be bad. She's doing this and it's all in a normal competence. She's no longer who she once was. She's become the Scarlet Witch, and the dark magic has taken over her. We saw that. We saw what kind of control that the powers could give her and what it could turn her into in the show WandaVision. But also we saw what grief can do, and we saw a very emotional performance and story arc for this character throughout the series, and it continued in this film. I actually really loved her in this movie. I think Elizabeth Olsen continues to deliver a very strong performance as Wanda Maximoff, and now particularly as the Scarlet Witch. She was very evil as the movie went on. It was pretty dark, and she was not caring for anyone, and it was very selfish. But she continued to argue that she is a mother, and obviously, like, everyone else is making the case, like, okay, but like, you are not a mother. You don't have kids. Other versions of you out there do, and they have their own version of their mother, and you should not be stepping in. And then they go into all that crazy stuff where she could actually go take over the bodies of other Wandas temporarily and literally control them, and she can be there. And it's too much power. This movie really explores people having too much power and the dangers it can come with. So, excellent story done there for Wanda, because finally, in the end, America Chavez decides to show her. She says that she can't beat her, but she'll give her what she wants. And she brings her to a universe somewhere, another world, and the Scarlet Witch that we know attacks another version of Wanda, and the kids are so afraid, so upset. And our Wanda, our Scarlet Witch, sees it, and she feels the pain, and she realizes she can't do this. She's not their mom, but like, she'd be messing with the relationship that she had in her own in Westview, you know, during the show WandaVision, and she realized that like it doesn't work that way. She can't actually break the rules, which is a thing that she mentioned. Obviously, we heard it in the trailer and in this movie about her breaking the rules and becoming the bad guy, but like, she did become the bad guy. So in the end, she kills the you know, the dark spells and everything. She gets rid of it, and she decides that she was wrong. Where is she gonna go? I don't know. Does she have closure? Maybe, maybe not, because kind of thought that she had some closure at one point in another storylines with her. It was interesting to see her as the villain. I don't think that I would have expected that a few years ago, you know, but the Scarlet Witch is one of the most powerful characters right now that we have in our canon MCU. And it was really awesome seeing how this played out. Thought that she was badass as when she was the villain, but also, like I said, emotional, someone who I can feel for, but you know, she's wrong. And it's a villain that you feel bad for, and you want her to stop, and you want her to have, you know, some closure. You don't, it's like they were going to kill her or anything, but if it came down to it, maybe they would have. And I guess her story wraps up pretty well. I mean, I don't think that the character's done, but like, I don't know where else they can go, and it might take some time to see that continue. It obviously was very much so Wanda's story, but it was also, of course, a Doctor Strange movie, Doctor Strange sequel. And yeah, I think that Doctor Strange's story followed up pretty well here. I really liked that Steven was dealing with his own problems. He is not happy, and I think that was a big theme, because the question was, Steven, are you happy? And, you know, even other versions of him said, yes, he's happy. He has powers of gods and he can do anything. But like, that's not enough. Sometimes you have it all and you don't have it at all. Sometimes at the top, that's when you're the most unhappy. So Steven wants Christine, and this movie does a good job at exploring his relationship with her, even though there's different variants, different versions. In all the universes, Steven and Christine are together in some way. I think that it goes to show that how much true love is between them, and the fate that I feel like they should have. Obviously, Christine's getting married to, you know, other people, But Steven, he feels that love everywhere he goes for her. And I think that this film explored that in a pretty interesting way, letting him go through different universes and letting him learn about different versions of himself and seeing Christine's name pop up and then seeing her and really interacting with her, especially the last version of her that he got really close with and saved her. And I think that was done super well. And I really enjoyed the dynamic between them, much like in the first Doctor Strange film. And it followed up that well. It also followed up Doctor Strange's own spot as the hero he is and the conflicts that come with that. I don't just mean like fighting villains, but just like dealing with his own self, you know. He is so powerful that he does break the rules. We'll talk about that again. And the Illuminati is telling him that he is the threat that they're worried about in all universes. Although that was gray because it looked like Mordo had some of his own feelings on Stephen Strange. And this film also did follow up on some story between those two. And I like Mordo in this movie a lot, but I had my thoughts on the Illuminati storyline because it did feel a little bit shoehorned in. Doctor Strange realizes that he can't really just do whatever he wants, and there is evil, and he needs to stop that evil. And of course, in the end, the third eye is there. So he's been kind of affected by that, even though he thought that they took it all out. So Doctor Strange learns a lot about himself, about him, his goals in life, so to speak, like his journey to happiness and what that entails or what it should or should not entail. And he realizes that there's more, I think, that, you know, he wants, and maybe he'll find it. I liked this movie's exploration of the character a lot. One thing I'm not sure about with the multiverse, and maybe something that I missed, you let me know, but I felt like this film didn't really address enough of him tampering with the multiverse in Spider-Man No Way Home. Obviously, some things that happen in there are a little bit gray. Anyway, like I don't really know what exactly happened in the end there. When they all started to come through, and just the whole fact that the movie brought different characters from Spider-Man universes to theirs, they know that the multiverse was tampered with in that film. I kind of thought it was going to be more of a sequel to that. The story really happens because of Wanda wanting to find her kids somewhere and be a mother to them, even though she never had them in this universe. So she is going after America Chavez. America Chavez teams up with Doctor Strange because Doctor Strange has the abilities to kind of go through the multiverse and all, and everyone knows her Doctor Strange across the multiverse. And then obviously she stumbles upon ours, and then you know what happens. But like, I don't know, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I expected this to have something more to do with messing around with the rules of the multiverse that Spider-Man No Way Home seemed to have implications. I mean, Loki is a whole series about the multiverse and people, you know, going on to different branches and messing around with what is supposed to be set in motion. And it shows, like, it leads to some interesting results, and that is like the storyline there. The multiverse, based on what we got in Loki, seems like that there's people who control it. And it seems like in this film, the Illuminati has something to do with that. But there's 6 characters and they're taken out too easily. I don't want to focus too much on that, but I have to because I'm a little bit unsure. Like, I love the idea of the multiverse and I'm incredibly excited for it. But where are we going with this? And is it going to get more messy? I don't know, because I'm a little confused as to the events of No Way Home. Shouldn't they have had some implications that would have been acknowledged more so than just like, yeah, we had a run in with Spider-Man and something to do with the multiverse? Like, they was brushed off a little bit, and I don't know. I don't really understand what's going on here. Obviously, we don't know exactly where they're going yet, but the fact that this is a multiverse movie starring Doctor Strange, and it came out after a multiverse movie somewhat starring Doctor Strange, leaves me to be a little confused as to why they didn't feel like they connected more. Feels like there should be more implications because, I don't know, to me, they felt like the Illuminati was not going after Doctor Strange for casting spells that had to do with Spider-Man, but other things. And I'm curious to know where the TVA and Kang and everything happened, like what that has to do with Doctor Strange. Like, you'd imagine that they would go together, and maybe in Ant-Man, Quantumania, or whatever the third film is called, where Kang the Conqueror is supposed to be a main role in that film, maybe we'll have some more correlations with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Your desecration of reality will not go unpunished.
Otherwise, Doctor Strange 2 had a really awesome new character in America Chavez. Mentioned her before. She was a really good standout here because I think that seems like a lot of fun, and she is different, and she has some powers that she is exploring because she's really young, and she's not necessarily knowing a lot about her powers yet. She knows that she's very strong, and she knows that she can go between universes in the multiverse. It's about it, and she's learning, and now she's going to be at Comertage with all the sorcerers and everything, and Doctor Strange and Wong are going to give her some training, so that's cool. Kind of just excited to see more of her because I think America Chavez is a kind of a delightful character and someone who I'd like to learn more about. And she was fun on screen, had a good dynamic going on. She was going to be the reason why Wanda was going to be able to go to other universes because of her powers. So this girl has powers that mean something a lot. And I have a feeling that that's not the end of it. I mean, of course, we're going to see her again somewhere on a show or movie eventually. But like, I have a feeling that other villains or other characters with intentions regarding the multiverse, regarding breaking the rules and doing whatever they please and, finding loopholes to get through the multiverse are going to possibly be coming after America in some way, shape, or form. And I'm excited to see maybe if she'll pop up in some other stories that have to do with the Loki and the TVA or Ant-Man and Kang or more Doctor Strange. Who knows? MCU is never going to end. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. Apparently, Kevin Feige's got a lot of people with him planning out like a decade in advance for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I'm sure all these characters will pop up again. Overall, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness had a lot of exciting moments. Visually, it was stunning. It was very much like the first Doctor Strange film, just really interesting, awesome VFX, cinematic. It was beautiful in many ways, and some really great sound design, like the music and everything, the score. I really thought it stood out a lot. And the film was a lot of fun. It had a really good storyline for Doctor Strange and maybe even a better one for Wanda. And America Chavez, great new character. Illuminati raises some questions, but we have Charles Xavier and Mr. Fantastic existing in the MCU somewhat. See what happens. I'm really excited to see where they take these characters. Obviously, there was a post-credit scene with Charlize Theron. I had to look it up. I didn't really know what was going on there. But yeah, that's about it. So let me know your thoughts, guys. Have you seen the film? I mean, hopefully, because you just listen to a spoiler talk. What do you guys think about Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness? I appreciate your time here. Thank you so much for watching. Go check out some other MCU videos. Did a lot of Spider-Man stuff in December and January. And hopefully I will get a chance to talk about some other future projects as they come out, like Miss Marvel and Thor Love and Thunder, which I'm really excited for. Thanks again, guys. Consider subscribing if you want. And I'll see you all in the next video.